hacktivist group Anonymous has identified the individual who bullied Amanda Todd initially. Now, this is the guy who convinced her to flash him through a webcam when she was in 7th grade. He was not a minor at the time, which makes him a pedophile. Later on, he used the image to extort her and basically convince her to do a live webcam show for him. Otherwise, he would send that picture to friends and family. He sent the picture to friends and family, and then that kind of started this whole cycle of bullying. She moved schools several different times as a result, and regardless of where she went, those images of her basically came back to haunt her. So many students had bullied her that she eventually took her life last week. And it's just a really sad story, and I'm very mixed as to whether or not I should applaud Anonymous, because I feel like they have the right intentions, right? Like their hearts are in the right place. They feel that this girl was bullied to the point where she couldn't take it anymore and she took her own life. She was on antidepressants. Her family did everything possible to make sure that she got better, but she didn't get better. It just consistently got worse. And they identified the guy, you know, his name is Cody. They shared his private information online. I mean, Anonymous is amazing with this stuff. You don't want to mess with Anonymous because they will find your private information and they will post it online. And basically, now he's a bit of a target. Yeah. And he's actually going through the legal system right now in Canada because he was involved in another case involving a minor.
Yeah.
Okay, so he is a pedophile, he's a despicable guy, but I don't condone vigilante justice, so I'm just worried that some people will take this information and do something dangerous or illegal with it.
I can't imagine the family is going to react well to knowing who it was.
Yeah.
I know that this is a fairly recent update. I don't know. I always feel a bit uncomfortable at the very beginning, particularly when, look, Anonymous, they get some great information, and I'm glad that they're doing this, especially if they've discovered things that the police wouldn't have otherwise discovered.
Exactly.
But until the police investigate it and we know for sure, I feel a little bit bad about him being exposed, I think. I mean, if it turns out that he did actually do these things that Anonymous is alleging that he did, then I'm sure that he will end up in jail. I mean, not only the pedophilia, but there's all sorts of potential like cyberbullying and stuff like that could come up. And it's really a sad story because there are so many people now, as you said, she switched schools multiple times, so she has left behind a trail of people that are going to know on some level that they contributed to this to some extent. And it goes back to what we were talking about in a previous show about just how cruel young people can be, and they don't even understand the long-term ramifications of what they're doing.
What's incredible about this story is, of course, there's an outpouring of support for Amanda Todd's family, and people are devastated by this, understandably so. But at the same time, I'm seeing, whether it's comments on our YouTube video on this matter or people tweeting to me, I'm seeing people who are trying to make excuses for the bullies, right? So one person tweeted to me today, actually last night, and I can easily say that tweet enraged me. And I don't know if it was a man or a woman, someone by the name of Sina, basically saying that we're making Amanda Todd seem like she is some sort of angel, when in reality she was, you know, sleeping with other girls' boyfriends. I don't know if all this stuff is true. And quite frankly, I don't give a shit if this is true, right? But apparently she was doing live sex shows through webcams regularly. So what? Does that mean that if there's like a stripper out there or there's someone who's doing prostitution, for instance, society should get together and bully them to the point where they want to take their own lives? It's a stupid argument. It's the same stupid argument people make when women get raped, and then, you know, dudes will say, oh, well, she was asking for it because she was wearing a short skirt. You don't blame the victim in this case. She was a victim of bullying. I don't care what she was doing in her sex life. She was a child. She was a teenager. She was convinced into flashing a guy in 7th grade when she's 12 years old.
Yeah, she doesn't understand.
She doesn't understand. And I don't want to hear these ridiculous excuses. We have a real problem in this country with bullying. And the reason why we're not coming up with a solution is because we have people who make excuses for the bullies. Oh, these kids are too soft. They need to take it. They need to learn that this is what reality is like. No, this is a real problem. Students are taking their lives. We need to stop making excuses for bullies.